Welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for tuning in to Bandit Network Television. As the title states, if you see no issue with the topic and the subject at hand in this podcast, you are definitely part of the problem. We're going to be talking about how pedos are hiding within the LGBT community. Yesterday, or a couple days ago, I shared something on my Facebook, and it was gaining some attention. It was gaining some controversial attention. And some people had an issue with my standpoint on this issue and matter. Some people were offended. Let me show you what I mean exactly so you can fully get context to what I'm talking about. If you scroll up, the meme in question is right here. It says that pedophilia is not a sexual orientation. Like I said, the topic at hand today that we're talking about is pedophiles, and I'm just going to go ahead and say the word pedophiles that are lurking among the LGBT community. Some believe that it should be considered a sexual orientation, and this is coming from people within the gay community. Now, if you don't see an issue with that, and by the time that you stop listening or get done listening to this podcast, and I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I can tell you is that if you support this type of disgusting, vile, nasty behavior, or if you enable people like this, you need to get the fuck off my page. And I'm talking to the people on Facebook in particular, specifically Facebook, the ones of you that are watching from Facebook. There's a lot of people I've learned, and I've been doing audits on my friends list. A lot of you are friends with underage people, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, teenagers, and all of your posts are sexualized in nature. You know what you're doing, and you find no issue with it at all. Oh, I didn't know they were 14, 15 years old. You don't do an audit. You don't check out people before you just willy-nilly accept friend requests on Facebook. Let's get into this topic. The following information is coming to you directly from GLAAD, legaladvocatesandDefenders.com, discussing that the LGBTQ plus advocates condemn dangerous quote-unquote pedophile comment made by Rhode Island representative in legislative hearing. Let's take that off the screen. I just wanted to be sure that you guys knew what the context of the conversation was. As advocates working to support the LGBTQ plus youth and adults in Rhode Island, we are greatly alarmed by a comment made by Rhode Island representative, however you want to say his last name, their last name, at last week's hearing at the House Committee in State Government and Elections, in which he asked the representative, one of two openly gay LGBT representatives in Rhode Island, if she is a quote-unquote pedophile. The reassertion of such dangerous rhetoric based on bias and disinformation is part of what is fueling the flames of increased harassment and violence and sweeping campaign of legislative attacks targeting LGBTQ plus people, primarily young adults across the country. There is no place for such ugly ignorance in Rhode Island. Committee chairs have a responsibility to ensure that the legislative debate does not devolve into hateful rhetoric. Rhode Island has been a leader in recognizing and protecting equality for LGBTQ plus community. The people of this state are proud of that legacy. Our representatives should know and should be working to ensure safety, dignity, and equality and equity for all residents, pursuing not pursuing that dangerous false comparisons that undermine the LGBTQ plus humanity. Again, this is in reference to people that consider being attracted to children, minors, people that are attracted to minors, and they consider that to be a sexual orientation that should be added to the alphabet community, as some people may say, the LGBTQ community. Honestly, if you ask me, I think that it should just be left at LGBT, and that's it. Lesbian, gay, transgender, and bisexual. Not that exact order, but there's no need to add any more letters to that. There's people out there that there's people out there that want to choose to welcome these people, these type of people, into our community with open arms and not be judgmental. As this person on my Facebook yesterday got so offended, and they're calling this meme a panic scare tactic. Let's pull this back up. Yes, they are getting ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. Good morning, Toxic Orchard. You guys see what I said to this person. First of all, I don't have to explain jack shit to them. If they don't like what I post on my Facebook, they can get the fuck off my page. I don't owe anybody an explanation for a meme I share on the internet. I share it because I can. And quite frankly, the reason why I share such memes and will continue and will double down on sharing memes is to weed out sick fucks like you that get triggered. So if this meme, as what you say right here, is there a reason you're sharing pedo / groomer scare tactic memes? The only people that should consider it to be a scare tactic is one, if you're guilty of such behavior and you're a pedo yourself, right? If you're a pedophile yourself, then yeah, of course you're going to be considering this to be a scare tactic. Or two, you enable such behavior and you see nothing wrong with it. Mind you, this is not the first time that I've had a conversation like this with someone on my Facebook. I've been going back the past couple months and removing certain individuals because I do learn that they're friends with underage individuals, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. And the content that they post on their Facebook is nothing but it's sexualized. It's adult content. There was an instance last year where I had a conversation with another person, and it was in regards to the whole puppy play mask thing, you know, the kink, leather kink. And the conversation went something like, I was asking this person if they honestly found nothing wrong with sharing basically softcore porn, straight up nude imagery with teenagers. And their argument was, well, I'm not their parent. It's not my responsibility what they see, which is true to some extent on the internet. You know, it does come back down to parenting, but however, this is Facebook we're talking about, which means you made the conscious decision to add this person. So they would not be seeing this if you did not go in and deliberately, intentionally add them as your friend. I can't speak for anybody else, but each person that sends me a friend request on Facebook, I do a little mini audit. I go to your profile. I want to make sure that you actually have a profile face picture, that you're a legitimate person and over the age of 21, if not 18. These people are also referred to as, quote, minor attracted persons. Minor attracted persons, people that are attracted to people under the age of 18. Their argument is that I've never had sexual contact with minors. That's what their argument is. They're just attracted to them. That's what you hear these people argue, which is so fucking stupid. You sound fucking ridiculous. Well, they've never had sex with actual kids. They're just attracted to kids. They would never do that. How do you think that most pedophiles start? I'll say it. How do you think that most pedophilia starts? It starts with urges. Someone just doesn't wake up one day and decides to be a pedophile. They've been having urges their entire life, most likely. So with people saying that, I don't see any issue with it, they're just attracted to children, you're fucking sick. You're part of the fucking problem. The same people that want to defend such behavior are the same ones that are giving the LGBTQ community, or LGBT, like I said, just keep it at T, a bad reputation. You wonder why the term pedophilia and LGBT get brought up a lot together. And that's because a lot of people within the community, and also there's a lot of people that are against this type of shit, that are gay, lesbian, transgender, and bisexual drag queens. Throw them in there as well. There's a lot of people within the community that see exactly what is going on. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Well, we're hated everybody. We're hated everywhere else. So let's go over to the gay community. I'm sure they're going to accept us, right? Dead ass wrong. These people are fucking delusional. You are part of the problem if you condone or enable this trash, this disgusting, repulsive, vile behavior. A lot of people out there just blow with the wind. They don't have any backbone. They don't know where to stand when it comes to these issues. And they don't want to say anything, even if they're against it, because they don't want to ruffle feathers. And y'all already know how I am. I don't give a damn who I piss off. I've been pissing off motherfuckers since '96. And what? I don't care if it offends you. I don't care if you get your panties or drawers up in a bundle. Fuck off. Quite frankly, suck my dick if you are offended by what I'm talking about right now. Actually, let me rephrase that. Don't suck my dick. Go eat a bag of dicks. Go suck a dick. Because the only people that should be offended are the ones that are pedophiles, that want to mask under it's a sexual orientation, or you enable these type of people. You enable them by being so welcoming, so accepting. We're accepting of everybody. That's dangerous, quite frankly. Let's go on to another article, and this is coming directly from the LGBTfoundation.com. As of August 14th of 2019, right here, we have been made aware of misinformation being spread about online forums regarding the LGBT Foundation and the pedosexuality, including an image promoting pedosexual with our logo and website photoshopped at the bottom. We want to make it categorically clear that this is not in any way affiliated with us and is false and misleading. LGBT Foundation's disclaimer: the same image that they're referring to is the same thumbnail of this video. So that the thumbnail of this video is the photoshopped image in which they're referring to. I wanted to put it up because of context. LGBT Foundation is a charity that represents and provides services to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans people, and in no way condones the inclusion of pedophilia as a minority sexual orientation. This image was created in order to smear LGBT Foundation and communities we serve, and to dissuade LGBT people from seeking support from us. This false claim has now been fact-checked by USA Today, who said that based on our research, the claims that the LGBTQ community has expanded to include pedosexuals, pedophiles, or in any relation between adults and minors are absolutely false. Such claims also draw on history of underserved stigma and stereotypes towards LGBTQ community. You can read this report right here. There is a lot of misinformation that is out there regarding this topic. My point in this entire video is to point this type of stuff out. This does go on. There are people such as Anthony Clark that want to argue the highest statistics of groomers and pedos are fathers, uncles, priests, and cops. The highest statistic of groomers and pedos are fathers, uncles, priests, and cops. We weren't talking about statistics. We were talking about people that want to hide their pedophilia behind rainbows and LGBT rhetoric and call it a sexual orientation. That's what I was talking about. I was not talking about statistics. I don't know what this person is arguing, but, you know, I get it. Yeah, these people, cops, fathers, priests, and uncles, well, anybody can be a pedo. Your fucking butcher at Walmart can be a fucking pedophile. The gas station clerk, the grocery attendant, the teller at the bank, the car salesman, the firefighter, your distant, long-known cousin. I mean, what are we talking about here? You throwing out statistics, but that's not the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation is that there's people within the community that are considering their pedophilic behavior to be a sexual orientation. And then you have people like you, which consider this to be a scare tactic or panic scare memes. Again, the only people that should be offended and the only people that should be panicking are the ones that are pedophiles, are the ones that do enable these people. So you really just told on yourself. And all of the rest of the comments that you said got deleted. Now, this coward This coward blocked me. He did block me because I just wasn't hearing anything what he said. I deleted his comments because as soon as you said that, I'm like, it sounds like deflection. You want to focus, you want to put the focus more on other people. Don't look over here, look over there. The reality of the matter is pedophiles can exist within any community, not just LGBT. They've always been around and they always will be, unfortunately. It's not, it's just, we're in 2023. So anything to do with LGBTQ, LGBT community is known as being accepting and welcoming of all, and some people, they take advantage of that, including these sick fucks. So again, if you condone this type of shit and if you see nothing wrong with pedophile or pedophilia being a sexual orientation, you are sick in the head and you need fucking help. It's not a sexual orientation. It will never be a sexual orientation. And if you enable or support these people, you are just as bad, in my opinion. And as I previously said on Facebook, because I recorded a podcast last night and I went all the way in. I covered this topic again. It's just not here on YouTube. This is the YouTube version of this podcast, even though it's airing on Facebook as well and Twitter. By the way, go follow me on Twitter at Bandit3X or X. So Anthony Clark and people like him, as I said, I will continue to trigger fucktards like you that want to stick up for these people. You're the only one in the comments section that's bitching, moaning, whining, and complaining. See, the guilty ones always sometimes speak the loudest. The guilty ones sometimes speak the loudest. You're telling on yourself. And like I said, there's a lot of people within the LGBT community that knows this shit does go on, and that there's people out there that want to consider this to be a sexual orientation, and they completely disagree with it. They do not stand behind it. They do not support it. They do not condone it. They think it is just as disgusting, vile, and repulsive as myself. So it's not every single person. It's a small percentage of people within our community that want to continue to condone these people. And you're part of the problem. You're giving them a free pass. Get the fuck off my page if you stand behind this, period. And like I said, this is the reason why we have a bad reputation. Our people have a bad reputation because of this shit that goes on. People like you that are weak-minded, that don't have a spine, a backbone, and just want to blow with the wind and say whatever is socially acceptable just to keep everyone kumbaya and happy and kind and peaceful. We don't want to ruffle any feathers. Kiss my fucking ass. Like I said, suck my dick. I hope it continues to offend you, these memes, and whatever else I choose to share regarding this topic. And I will continue to share it. I've been doing this for a long time, at least for the past year. Weeding people out left and right. Weeding motherfuckers out left and right. Because I don't want people like this on my Facebook. I don't want people like this following me on Twitter, on my YouTube. So this article just goes to show that the majority of LGBT people do agree that the acronym has expanded to include P for pedosexual, and that's a word that they just made up. This is coming from usatoday.com. Numerous images circulating on Facebook, which is in the thumbnail of this video, in the past couple weeks show a poster with the acronym LGBTP, which stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and pedosexual. Under the acronym, the poster includes the word equality and acceptance. A user who posted that image, which went viral, did not respond to a request from the USA Today for comment or substantiation. Another viral composite photo includes a text that claims to be from LGBT Foundation that shows love is gender and age blind. So who the fuck is generating these images and spreading this false propaganda? Now, mind you, this article was posted back in 2020, so this is not something new. This was posted on July 30th of 2020. The posts are not representative of the LGBTQ community, several groups said. Rich Ferrio, the chief communication officer at GLAAD, GLAAD, wrote in an email to USA Today that the LGBTP is not an acronym used to or supported by the community. So whenever you see LGBTP, the P is added on by people that claim to be pedosexual. And that is not a sexual orientation, but some want to write it off as being a sexual orientation. Again, these people are wolves in sheep's clothing. No LGBTQ organization has condoned pedophilia or advocated for P to be added to the acronym in support for pedophiles, he wrote. It pains me to have to clarify that no LGBTQ community does not embrace pedophilia, and LGBTP is not an acronym used or supported by the community. Nick Morrow, the interim communication director for the Human Rights Campaign, also wrote in an email statement that the movement rejects all non-consensual behavior, including pedophilia. The LGBTQ movement absolutely rejects any suggestion that our community is linked to non-consensual interpersonal behaviors, including the horrific actions of pedophiles. So this is coming from an organization, a well-known, established organization that is even acknowledging that there's people out there spreading this type of rhetoric and lies. Hi, Casey Rain. To groups, pedos with LGBTQ is a slap in the face. Yes, it is. It is a huge insult to the community. And like I said, it gives us a bad rep, especially in 2023. That combined with all of the rest of the political standpoints, which I'm not going to be getting into because I've already talked about those in other podcasts, with gender affirming surgery being taught to minors or being done on minors. And if you don't agree with it, then you're transphobic or you're homophobic, and then you're going to get canceled and all of that other bullshit. You know, like I said before in a previous podcast that I did on Facebook, being woke is the newest sleep. Let me say that again. Being woke is the newest sleep. Because if being woke consists of accepting this shit and canceling people that cancel, quote unquote, canceling people, ostracizing people, not supporting people that don't align with this ideology is the new woke, then I don't want to be woke. The woke is the new asleep, in my opinion. So I think I get my point across enough. This type of stuff does go on within the community, and especially within the leather kink community, which consists of puppy play. If you don't know what puppy play is, it is a leather kink, dog hoods, dog mask. If you've been watching my channel for at least the past year, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It used to be my old channel icon or my avatar photo. Hence the name Bandit. You don't know who is hiding behind a puppy play hood or mask. You don't know if this person is underage. They're lying about their age. I've heard some people, they argue in regards to sharing adult content on their Facebook page with minors that follow them and that are friends with them. Again, they go back to the argument of, well, I'm not their parent, so I can't control what they see on the internet. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Come on now. It's all about taking accountability and responsibility for your actions. Your actions would be to, if you find out that an underage person is trying to friend you on Facebook, and if you know that your Facebook is consisting of adult content that should not be viewed by minors, or they have no business viewing that on your behalf, Because they have no business viewing that on your behalf. You are ultimately responsible if you choose to let them see that. So I'm tired of people saying that. And also there's people that say that, well, they're going to see it anyways. They're kids. Let kids be kids. You don't have to engage in that type of fucking behavior. I'm telling you, it. And then this person wants to say, you don't see what's really going on. This Anthony Clark person in the comments section, you don't know what's really going on. You don't see the bigger picture behind things, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes, the fuck I do. The bigger picture is you need to be more concerning and discerning with the company that you keep around you. Because some of your closest peers and the people that you consider to be influential are actually guilty of this type of shit. But no, you don't want to say anything because you don't want to piss off your favorite model or your favorite social media influencer. You don't want to say anything because you don't want to ruffle feathers. That's fine. I'll say it. So with that being said, I think that I've harped enough on this topic. Like I said, this coward, I was going to invite him to a debate by dropping a link, but he ultimately ended up blocking. He ended up blocking me. So it just goes to show that they run in their boots. But what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on today's topic and subject matter? I think that I've made it clear where I stand. If you condone or enable people that want to hide their pedophilic behavior behind it's a sexual orientation, it's part of the LGBTQ rainbow community, then you can get the fuck off my page. You don't belong here. You are not welcomed here. If you don't view any issue with this, if you see nothing wrong, then something's wrong with you. Or if you're offended by what I'm saying right now, something's wrong with you. And that's something that you're going to have to take up with yourself, if not a higher power. You don't take it up with Isaac, because Isaac knows where he stands. What are your thoughts and opinions on the subject matter? Guys, thank you for tuning in. Have a good Friday. It is Friday, TGIF. This week has flown by for me personally. Have a safe weekend. I will catch you back in another segment of Bandit Network Television. You have been listening to the podcast. Like, share, and subscribe for more type of content covering true crime, pop culture, and other topics. This is just not a true crime channel. We talk about other things as well. If you want to donate to my Cashapp, they are scrolling below. Seraphicpathways 4 on Cashapp and at Seraphicpathways on PayPal, the same way as my YouTube handle. Carry on.